Mom, I'm an adult. I'm 18. You can't stand in the way of true love. Well, I got my third engagement ring a couple of hours before Danny and I married in a little chapel in Las Vegas. And before heading to the chapel, we went to Zales at the mall, and we picked out an engagement ring together. And this one was smaller than John's, and it was less expensive than the first one, but I loved it. And I didn't tell anybody in my family, especially my mom, that I was married. And we were happy and in love for many, many months. In fact, I can't even remember if we had a cross word with each other. But about a year into our marriage, an incident happened that would end our relationship forever. We were having a silly argument, and I kind of don't remember what it was about. It's getting heated, and I break away from Danny, and I run into our bedroom, and I lock the door. My heart is pounding, and he's not far behind me, and he breaks through the door. And the images in my mind from that day are what I'd imagine I'd see from one of those old viewfinders. He throws me down, and I'm terrified. This cannot be happening. He would never hurt me, I think. I scream, and I instantly regret it because he is outraged. He reaches to his side, and he lands on his motorcycle helmet. And he swings that helmet, and it connects with my body over and over and over again. It's finally over, and he leaves. And I get myself to the emergency room. And as I sit there with a long, thin rubber tube down my nose into my stomach to drain out the blood, I think, how did a silly argument turn into me getting internal bleeding? And I want to go home to my mom. But I'm so scared to tell her that I'm married. So I call my coach from high school, Coach Dodge, and he's now the principal at Tabor Junior High where my mom teaches. And I called him and I was like, Coach, I've been beaten really badly, but I also am married, and I'm so scared to tell Mom. She's going to be so mad. And he calls her to the office, and we both tell her together while I'm on speakerphone. But Mom was on a plane within hours. And she's packing up my things, and she comes to this hamper, and she's pulling out the clothes, and she pulls out these boxer shorts that are Danny's. And it's kind of, I think, the first time that she's been on autopilot, she realizes, oh my gosh, my daughter's been living with this person, their clothes are together. And she looks at me, and she's like, just tell me you never had sex with him! To which I responded, I've never had sex with him, because I was raised to do as I was told. And we get in the car, and we're driving the 3,000 miles back home, and I just remember my cat Caesar and our vacuum cleaner in the backseat of the car. And why the vacuum? Because it was an act of defiance. It was the most expensive thing we owned. And while we were driving back, my mom shared with me a story, and she was crying, and she was so afraid to tell me. But before she married my dad, her family had married her off as a teen, and he abused her, and he beat her repeatedly. And she was able to escape, and she was able to create a new life for herself. But she also told me that my dad, for their entire marriage, had made her feel like she was damaged goods because of it. And she said to me, Donna, we can never tell anybody that this happened. We certainly can't tell, we're not going to tell anybody about the beating, but we are not going to tell anybody that you've been married. You can't share that with part of yourself with any man. I don't want you to go through your life feeling like you were nothing, like I did.